Hey everyone, today I sat down with Position. He's the official DJ for the legendary group Bone Thugs and Harmony. Today we talk about how they met and some stories that they have from on tour, and also he's a rapper, producer, and he's got his own clothing brand. He's been on the channel, maybe 3 times, and we've had him on. We talked about what he does, but today this is a one-on-one interview. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the IY podcast. Today I got a new guest on today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
So what up? If y'all don't know who I am by now, I go by the name of Position, rapper, producer, official DJ of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Anything else you want to call it, I'm it.
Hell yeah, man. What was your early life, I guess? How did you kind of get into this whole music scene?
Just like any other kid, growing up listening to music and just falling in love with it and really seeing my older cousins and shit, like, being a fan of music and just making everybody feel good. And just one of those things where I was just trying and like I could do that. And, once I started seeing people liked what I was doing, I was like, yeah, that's, this is what I want to do. I started off as in actually rapping. And, once I started trying, I back.
Yeah. So what was like, I guess, a key moment, like a click moment to like where you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do with my life?
Um, Probably when I was 12 or 13. There was this female, I think she called herself Crazy T or some shit like that. I don't remember. But she was a rapper. And I was trying to rap at the time, but I was, at that time, how kids start off dancing and all that type of shit. And I was trying to rap somebody else's part because he couldn't make it. And she was doing like a little show. It was like a little local TV station in LA and shit. And I was trying to do the backup shit, and then I had to rap his shit and completely just ran out of breath, like on TV and shit.
Damn.
But it was the fact, and it was like the fact that everybody saw it.
The verse or whatnot.
Yeah. I was rapping a verse, and I had to learn that shit in like one day. You know
Damn.
what I'm saying? But the fact that I got up there and hella nervous and shit like that. But it was like people liked it, but they kept reminding me about me running out of breath and shit. So it was just one of those things like, man, fuck that, I could do this shit. And then, once I started rapping my own shit, you know what I'm saying? I was already rapping my own shit, but I guess old girl wanted that verse. So once I started doing my other shit, and then people were just like loving it, I'm like, man, this is what I'm doing. This is all I'm doing. So
Damn. And you said you were like 12 or 13 years old?
yeah.
Damn. So how old was the girl that you were rapping with too?
Man, I don't know, man. I think she was like in her early 20s or some shit.
Damn. So she must have really liked you then as a rapper. Or
No,
not even a rapper, because you weren't even a rapper at that point.
yeah, I mean, to the people, nah, but to her, no, but like to people at school, yeah, you know.
Damn, that's crazy. See, like it only took that moment to, kind of shift everything you were doing and, kind of pursuing rap even more and taking it serious, So it's crazy how just little things like that happen. And you're like, yeah, fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, it was the fact that I was looking at how serious she was and what she was doing, and I don't even remember how she rapped, what she sounded like, whatever. But it was the fact that she was up there with all this confidence and shit
Yeah.
like that. I was like, yeah, nah, this is what I'm doing.
Damn. So with that being said, like what was the next direction? What was your steps, with going into the music?
Um, so around that time, I would say that was around like probably like about a year later. That was around the time Bone came out, Snoop was already out, and E40 was out, and all that. Like I'm listening to all these people, and again, like I said, my cousin was, doing his rap shit, That was the motherfucker that called me.
Oh, okay.
But
Damn.
yeah, he was doing this rap shit with his homeboys at the time and shit like that. So I was, still kind of quiet about it, and just but still writing shit. And my other people called me like, man, you can really do this. And I just like, fuck it, this is it. And I start, freestyling and doing all kind of other shit, and just trying different things, man. And it's just something that I just got passionate about. And when you have passion about something, that's something you can't control. It
Yeah.
just
Damn, man. So with your cousin, were you guys able to make songs and stuff, when you guys were kids? Is that when you started rapping, you were rapping with him
nah, I actually never got to do a song with him.
to this day, or?
To this day, he doesn't even rap. He doesn't
Oh,
even
no
rap.
more. He was just doing it back then for just
Yeah,
fun or whatnot.
I think he took it serious, but back then it was like a lot of street activity going on and shit
Oh,
like
okay.
that. So,
Yeah.
he got into getting all kind of shit, and later on he ended up getting caught up robbing banks and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So, he good now. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
good.
You gonna catch him. You gonna catch him with me, like anywhere in LA or Vegas or something. You gonna catch him with me and catch me with him.
Oh,
And yeah, so I just took it serious and just that was it.
that was your thing.
Yeah.
Damn. So, I guess when was like, the first time that you made music, like when you actually released it, and was selling like mixtapes or like an EP or an album or, just any kind of project.
Um. Well, mixtape. I want to say it was like 2006.
Hmm.
It was a mixtape. I had made all the beats, most of them. I made most of them. Um, and it was right around the time I had met Crazy Bone. I don't think he even heard the mixtape or nothing.
Damn.
Word was getting out that I was making beats, and I was already doing my rap shit and doing a lot of hooks.
Hmm.
And people liked it, man. And so I was like, felt good, and I had a studio to work out of, and I was meeting people at that time. A lot of people at that time I was meeting, like the homie Man. Motherfuckers probably know him from the Buzzing song that I feel like money and shit. So him, Corrupt came through. Um, Nipsey Hussle came through
Yeah.
for a minute. Yeah, like it was a lot of people coming in and out of that studio.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I felt like I was on the right path and shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, that was around the first time that I threw shit out there, kind of like in the street. But I was just stuck in that studio, man. I just started becoming a producer more. Like motherfuckers wanted beats and hooks and shit. So, you know,
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, during that time was before you met the Bone or Crazy Bone was, that Nipsey Hussle song I was going to bring up, was that song before him, before you met all them guys, these, because you had the Still, the Dr. Dre one, and then the other one with Yuck Mouth.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I met them dudes through Cass, this dude I was working with named Cass, and you know, he all this was before Bone,
Mhm.
and you know, again, everybody was just coming in and out, and at that time, Cass was like, "Yeah, cuz, like, I'm gonna bring Will Wap to the studio, shit like that." I'm like, "All right, shit, nigga, let's get it." And
Damn.
it was just I was always about my business, just working and shit. And the shit with Yuck Mouth, it just happened so fast. But he came in there, I recorded it, he knocked his verse out, and everybody just kind of knocked their shit out. Then when Nipsey, he came in there, short hair, quiet dude, shit like that. And he knocked his verse out first, and then chopped it up for like a few minutes, and then he shook.
Oh,
And
damn.
yeah, and then
What-
Sloan came in there, did his shit, and then I thought Kaz was gonna do it, but he was like, "Nah, nigga, go ahead, knock you a verse out." I was like,
Dang.
"Shit, that's what's up." So
Yeah,
that's
that song was one of the first ones that I probably ever heard by you. And because I was listening to Nipsey Hussle, I was a big fan, back in high school and stuff. And I didn't really, I didn't, back then I probably wasn't aware of your name, and then I seen it, while I was doing research this time, coming
Yeah,
around, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, dude, I love this song, and I was just like, I never knew that was you on that song.
yeah. Like a lot of people didn't. And it's something I just I don't know, I guess I never really just put out there like that. Um, the last time I seen him, it was I want to say like 2013. That was the last time I actually physically seen him. We was in Sweden. We was in Stockholm, Sweden.
Damn, doing a show or
Yeah, it was a show. It was me, Crazy and Wishbone, Nipsey Hussle, and he had like two of his homies, the Outlaws and Dub C.
oh, okay.
And we played ball for a minute and all that out there. And I remember just walking up to him. And I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, whatever happened to that song? And what was this?" And he was like, "Honestly, cuz I don't even know. Like I ain't like you could tell he wasn't tripping. Like he was like on some other shit. Like nigga, that was just a song. So
Damn.
it was just something I just kind of paid attention. Like yeah, he on this shit, bro. Like it was dope.
Who ended up releasing that? Because it was released by someone else or like off of like some kind of different mixtape. I don't know who
I
who
think
the
I think Kaz released it.
oh, okay.
Kaz released that one and the one with Yuck Mouth.
Yeah. So it was just like a album with different people on it, and the producer released it.
Honestly, I don't even know, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was confused with that shit. Because it wasn't released under like I don't know. It was just kind of a weird, different one. But I guess like you said, you were just having all kinds of different people coming in and out. So I
Yeah,
guess whoever got their hands on that song got it. I guess.
yeah. I mean, well, I guess it was originally his shit, so
Yeah.
he did with it and shit like that. So
Yeah.
again, like, and we ain't talked in years, me and Kaz, but by him putting me on that song with Nip and Yuck Mouth, which I'm cool with Yuck Mouth. We talk and all that every time we see each other.
Damn.
But it was just a blessing to say I actually did something with Nip, especially after all that happened and shit.
Yeah.
Not, not many people say shit like that.
No, for real. I mean, you're really, I guess, really rare to have worked with him, because like you said, a lot of people didn't get to, and
Yeah,
no one's going to be able. Oh, go ahead.
especially before he became Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing, locally on the streets, making his name and all that. But before this was like right before the Hustling House and all that type shit. So,
Damn.
some dope shit.
Yeah, you just never know who you're going to work with.
Yeah, facts. That's why, like, even now, man, like, if I see somebody serious and shit like that, and if they dope, I work with them. I ain't tripping. You feel
Right.
me?
It's all based off of skill, I mean, and not how many followers and all that shit they got.
Yeah, based off of skill and just the people that you fuck with.
Right.
That's just the main thing, man. The people that you fuck with, like, don't get me wrong. A lot of people, I'm definitely charging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This shit is a business. You know what I'm saying? And pretty sure like when you take the song, you're gonna make some money off of it. So, I need my little share of that.
Right.
But, motherfuckers that I know that I fuck with, we own, man. It's nothing.
Yeah. So, with your, I guess, between that time, with, the working in that studio, working with Nipsey, what was the gap, before you met Crazy Bone? Like, what else was going on before that?
The gap about fucking with Nipsey. Let me just kind of put this right here and shit,
Okay.
right? Go to see my junky ass studio and shit. I was up here working all night. But the gap, I honestly don't even remember the gap because there was so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, at that time it was a lot of motherfuckers coming in and out of the studio. Between, like I said, the homie Joe Moses at the time was doing his shit. I remember I had did a track. It was him. Never came out though. It was him. It was Joe Moses, his cousin Sav, and Corrupt.
What the hell? Why didn't that one come out, dude? That would fucking been so dope.
Honestly, I'm gonna be a thou wow with you. They had a copy.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what they did with their copy, but my hard drive got fucked up.
What?
Yeah, so I
Dang.
still got the beat, but I don't know what happened to the lyrics, man. It was like, and then Corrupt came in there and did his shit. So
Damn, man, that's fucked. So you said someone has a copy though, or no?
who knows, man? But motherfuckers kept going. Like I said, like
Yeah.
Joe Moses, that motherfucker came out and kept grinding, pushing hard, and started making his noise in LA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the homie Chicasso, rest in peace. He was doing a lot of shit with Ty Dolla $ign and shit. He introduced me to Ty Dolla $ign once before he passed away.
Damn.
And it was a lot of shit going on. I was working with the homegirl India, who's a ex porn star, and it's like that's the homegirl and shit.
Right.
And yeah, it was just a lot going on, man. And then I ended up meeting Crazy Bone.
Damn.
And, Crazy Bone and Keith G, and we ended up working on this shit called Welcome to the Alley.
Yeah. I will listen to that one. I
Yeah.
like that one. So how did you guys meet then?
Through a female named Tanya Duche.
Uh-huh.
Tanya was Tanya. I met Tanya through one of the homies and shit. He was trying to get at her. He was like trying to holler at her and shit, and she curved him. And she was like, "Oh, I got my own magazine company and this and this and that." And he was like, "Okay, yeah, my boy Position, man, he rap, he make beats." And she was like, "Yeah, everybody said they do." It's like, "Man, I'm telling you." And when we met, she was like on some shit like, I got my own magazine company, I do this and whatever. And I was like, all right, well, here go my motherfucking music. So when the music started coming out, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be that shit. And when she heard it, she was like, "Ooh, shit, wait a minute. Like, nigga, you actually good." So, I got to give a tour of the house and shit. But yeah, so she was like, "Nah, nigga, this shit good as fuck." So I was like, you know what? I got more. And she was like, yeah. Once she heard the shit, she was like, "Nah, like I fuck with Crazy Bone and yada yada." So I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And I didn't believe her in none of that. And the next day, that nigga came.
Damn.
Yeah, like literally, like in one day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the nigga came with it was him and QG. So I was like, "Oh shit, wow, this shit actually for real." So, just end up playing tracks. Keith was like, "Well shit, let me hear some of the tracks that they was talking about." We got to track 2, and it was that beat. And we got to working on it and finished like most of it, and then came back the next day putting like the little skits, the baby being thrown in the trash can and all that shit. And then after that, everything was cool.
Wasn't that? Oh, my bad.
No, it's all good. Then Keith G was the one that made me feel more comfortable just coming back to the studio. Like, "Hey man, bring some of the beats and bring some beer and this and this and that." Like, "Yeah, I got you, nigga. Let's get it."
Damn. That's crazy, man. So like you said, you just really didn't believe her. Then the next day he showed up and you're just like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. I mean, just like she didn't believe old boy that I was talented. All right, nigga, this is around the time I think like the Ride Dirty and I Don't Give a Fuck and all that shit was popping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. And like I said, the next day that nigga showed up to the studio. Like, all right, shit.
Damn.
It's working.
And so that Welcome to the Alley one, wasn't that supposed to, you said it was like originally your song or something you were gonna do with it, or?
No, I had just made that beat and I wasn't doing shit with it. I was just trying to make beats just for like people around the area, for somebody to pick. Life is a lesson to learn. That was supposed to be my shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I must have mixed them up. So I mean, like with that, with that being your first Bone Thug, experience, how was that song? What was kind of going through your mindset after you was able to record it? Did the video? Like what were you thinking?
With Life is a Lesson Learned, so we was in a studio. He had a studio in Orange County at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just playing beats or whatever the fuck. And then all of a sudden, I actually accidentally played that beat because I already had the hook on there.
Mhm.
And that nigga was like, yo, it's like, nigga, I need that. All right, here you go. So, you know, that nigga took it. And I think like within a day or two, he finished that whole shit. And this around the time that nigga was like really working. So the nigga was like, I remember being in the studio and I had my equipment over here in the studio. Then the homie Rory was, you know, engineering. Crazy was in the fucking vocal booth recording, and he had a whole motherfucking green screen and the other vocal booth. So niggas was filming the video at the same time as
Oh,
recording and shit. So
holy shit.
yeah, and they was like on one. Of course, so I was like, man, this is the type of shit I'm trying to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that change your mindset? You know what I mean? So like, you know, like seeing them how they're working and how they're, you know, doing stuff really professionally, you know, and really, you know, like you said, on and consistent, you know, like did that motivate you more? You know, like what did you kind of feel when you seen this?
It was motivating. I felt like okay, because up until that point, like I've been around like celebrities or whatever, but now I feel like okay, you know, this dude, these people are like constantly hitting me up, like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. So I was like, okay, well maybe this is it. And you know, I just took that shit a day at a time and just kept on going and shit.
Dang.
And you know, it ultimately ended up where I'm at now and shit.
Yeah. And you know, like in the beginning too, didn't you lose contact with his like Crazy Bone for like a year? You know, like you lost his number or something?
Yeah. Man, your ass know a lot. So um I was with my ex and you know, me just being a young dude at the time and you know, we wasn't getting along a lot of the times and so I'm out there, you know, fucking around with different females and shit. And I remember coming to the house and I had this big ass monkey bite on my neck. And she seen it and then you know start seeing like text messages and all kind of shit. So we just had this big ass argument. I remember being at my mama's house and we had this big ass argument and shit. She's like, "Yeah, I'm taking your equipment. I'm doing this and I'm doing that." I'm like, "Bitch, you ain't finna take shit." And you know we got to arguing about that. And I took my phone and I just threw that shit at the motherfucking wall and it went inside the wall. And it took me, and it took me like 2 days to find the fucking phone.
You threw it that fucking hard.
Yeah,
God damn.
it took me like 2 days to find the phone, and then when I my brother like cut like a little hole on like on the bottom of the wall and shit, so he finally got it out. My shit was shattered in pieces and shit. Yeah, I
Oh,
was
God
like,
damn.
fuck. So, you know, I didn't have no contact with him at that time, and I tried to get at the female that introduced us, and you know, she didn't, you know, for some reason want to make that connect again.
Damn, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, and you know, I guess, you know, this is how I'm getting information through other people. So I guess the nigga Keith G was blowing down like, bro, like we trying to work with the nigga, like we ain't on no bullshit, like we really think dude talented, like
Hmm.
you know. So Keith G was like adamant that you know him and Cray wanted to work with me and shit. And what had happened, I seen a video on YouTube. I seen the Welcome to the Alley video with
Hmm.
Keith and Cray, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! Like niggas doing the video, and I ain't even in it, and I did the beat." So I was kind of hot at it. So I called her, like, "Man, what the fuck going on?" Yada yada, just not knowing, but I was knowing that they was actually looking for me. So once we got connected, you know, that was it.
How'd you guys reconnect then?
Um, she had a friend by the name of David Cook. So I guess they did like the whole reconnection shit or whatever.
Hmm.
And you know, everything after that. It was like, you know, you want to fuck with it, you know, cool. And actually what made it crazy, I was trying to reconnect with them or whatever. And you know, they wanted me to take the song that we did and do some other shit for a publishing deal, and I just wouldn't do it. I was like, man, if I did the song, with them, then that's what it is. Like I don't wanna fuck shit up, you know what I'm saying, relationship wise. Like I don't even know these dudes like that.
Yeah.
And we just got cool after that.
Yeah. So then after that, you guys just kind of started making music, and what was that like? I guess did you start making music first with them, or did they have you go on tour with them and you
No, I
start
started
DJing?
no, I started making music with them first.
Oh, okay. Just
You know,
beats or choruses or rapping with them, or?
both. I was doing like beats here and there and shit. I was doing like little choruses and fun fact, I don't know if you remember that song that they did called I Keep Falling Down.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if you remember that. But on the original version, I had did like little background for it and shit like that.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. And then after that, I was just doing a lot of shit. So, then the Get Down song came out, me producing the song Get Down on Get Down song came out. And,
Hey, it's starting to cut out a little bit.
there's just a lot going on. Did I?
It's start cutting out a little
Shit.
bit. Probably too
Did
far.
I cut out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Am I good? Am I good?
Right now it's still kind of sketchy though, like moving back and forth, really slow.
Got you. I'm over here just doing all kind of shit at the same time.
God
You good
damn.
now?
Yeah, I think it's better right there. Okay.
You good now?
Yeah. So you were talking about the Get Down, that song, that was a really good one. It's kind of like a party song and shit.
Yeah. So Get Down was like another one that was gonna be on my album and shit. My bad, I'm over here like doing like 5 things at one time and shit.
Oh, you good, man.
But yeah, Get Down was another one that was like I was doing for my album, and I was just playing shit, and Trey was like, shit, I like that. So I was like, all right, let's get it. I felt like, that was my way of paying my dues, putting on and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
It looked like, yeah, it looks like you guys had a lot of fun in that music video. I think wasn't that when you guys were like in the gas station and shit, fucking around, getting beer and shit?
Yeah, at the liquor store in Vegas and shit like that. Just getting hella fucked up and shit like that. So it was like, but that Pop Life and I was working on Keith G's album at that time and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And just having fun and shit.
Damn. So, with that, like what year was that when that was all going on, when you're making these songs?
Life is a Lesson to Learn, 2009, 2010, QG 2010, and so on and so on. I think I started DJing for Crazy and Wishbone probably around that time, like 2010, 2011.
Oh, okay.
So once that happened, I was like, yeah, we good.
So how'd they bring you in as a DJ, right? You went to like Australia, right?
Yeah. So go to Australia, and how it started was Crazy and Wishbone had to go to North Korea.
Damn.
And there was this dude named Sammy Park.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey man, you got a passport? And I was like, nah, I ain't got no passport. And it's like, yeah, man, because we about to go to South Korea and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, we about to go there in like 10 days. I didn't know shit about the expedite, none of that type shit.
This is got to take a long time to get your passport.
Not if you're going somewhere. That's the thing. Like if you actually have somewhere to go, you can get it expedited within like a week.
Oh, really? Damn, I had to wait like fucking 3 months for mine.
Yeah, like I ended up waiting a month for mine, but again, I didn't know about the expediting shit. So, so when I went, I didn't go to South Korea, and it was supposed to go to Africa. That got canceled, and I ended up being able to go to Australia. And as soon as I get to the airport, Crazy just hand me a fucking case with the instant replay machine that a lot of older DJs use and shit. And it was like, you know what this is? Nope. And Wishbone was like, well, you make beats, right? I'm like, yeah, this ain't no beat machine. So, like, you know, now you'll figure it out. You'll be all right. I'm like, all right. But they didn't tell me that we had a show that night either.
What the fuck? So how much time do you have? Just like a few hours to figure that thing out?
It wasn't even a few hours, bro. It was like about an hour or two.
So how'd you do?
Bad.
Fuck, I'm sure, man. I mean, did you like, what was like, I guess what were you fucking up on? What was getting messed up?
Well, the thing, like the most part of it was like I didn't know shit about cues, shit like that, and you know, it's not. I never had a rehearsal with these dudes, none of that type shit. So it's like, you know, there's 50 buttons to press a song on the instant replay, and they had songs in an order that they wanted to do, but they never gave me that order. You know what I'm saying? And all the songs was like in different orders and shit. So it's like, fuck. So I had to literally kind of figure out which was which. And then I think by like the next day or two, I started writing like the songs down on paper, what song is next. You know, there was a couple times I probably played the song twice or some shit. It was wild, but it's like, fuck, I'm in Australia, nigga. I can't, what y'all gonna do? Send me home, nigga? I can't catch the bus and none of that shit. So
yeah,
but they had,
with you.
yeah, but yeah, that was just stuck with me. But you know, but they had patience, and you know, I guess they seen something in me. Like, nah, this dude is you know who he is for a reason. So I remember being upset, like mad as a motherfucker and shit. And this female that's from Australia named Mariah would like pull me to the side and was like, yo, like, you know, Crazy really wants to fuck with you, like, you know, he thinks you're really talented and stuff like that. So we had that little talk, and then me and Wishbone had a talk probably for like 4 hours, just drunk as shit on the balcony after a show in Sydney. And, you know, he just kept repeating, like, trust me, things are going to be all right, this and this and that. I'm like, bro, I ain't come out here for none of this shit. Like, I ain't know none of this shit was going to happen. You feel me? You're like, man, trust me, you stick with this, bro, like, shit going to be all right. So, you know, after a lot of other shit, I stuck with it.
10 years later, 10 plus years, you're still with them.
10 plus years, man, I'm still with it. So that's, I mean, you know, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of rappers by themselves that don't even last 10 years. Some of them don't even last 5 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And here I am, you know, being a DJ for a legendary group such as Bone. And I get to, you know, open up, and then, you know, Lazy Bone brings me back out to, you know, close the house down and shit like that. So it's a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to ask you, you know, so when you're on tour with them, they let you perform at some of these shows and, you know, perform your music?
Yeah, all the time, man. Mostly all of them. Like, yeah, like I said, about like 95% of the times you're going to see me open up for them. And like I said, Lazy will bring me back out after Crossroads and shit. So, you know, I get to do my shit, man, and, you know, let people hear my fucking haters and, you know, lyrical cardios and all that other shit, man. So, yeah.
I wonder if, you know, I think it might have been 2017. I went to Omaha, Nebraska, Bone Thugs and Harmony concert. Do you remember DJing around that time for them?
Yeah.
I've got the meet and greet, and I went there, and I think I had a friend. I guess I didn't even know him at the time, you know, but he freestyled for Lazy Bone one time, and they did like a minute or so, and then, you know, we took our pictures and headed out. But, you know, maybe I got to watch you perform, and I didn't even know back then.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing. I mean, and I get it, because at the end of the day, everybody came to see Bone. So it's like, I get it. Like, you know, you got to get out there, do what you do. That's why a lot of times I like to go out there in the crowd, fuck with people, you know what I'm saying? Shake hands, take pictures. I might have a bottle of Hennessy or something and share that shit with people. Just, you know, pour people cups and all that, man, just to have fun and shit.
Right. And see, as a kid, back then, I was only like 17 years old. I wasn't really, into, the whole music thing. Or I guess doing interviews and stuff with people, so I wasn't informed on who was who and stuff. I was just going to that concert, but, that's why, I wasn't, that's, yeah, obviously I was just looking out for them. But if I were to, actually now I see who's all actually playing, and see who's all going to the show and who's going to be rapping, and, I wish I remembered, and I wish, we would have took a picture or some shit, it'd been cool, but,
Yeah,
maybe in the future, we can do that, if, I don't know. You guys are always touring and shit.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was about to say shit. We might be coming back that way anyway.
Really? I'll have
Yeah,
to go for sure.
yeah, it might be coming back that way.
Damn. What are you guys touring right now?
Um, I don't know when this interview gonna be out, but on the 26th, which is what this
2 more
Saturday.
days.
Yeah, we finna be in Oroville, California. Um, on the 29th, I have a solo show to do.
Oh, cool. Where?
It's gonna be in LA. It's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
be it's gonna be me, a dude that's been blowing up in LA by the name of True Car, and then 2 OGs in the game by the name of Sugar Free and Dub C.
Oh, hell yeah. That's gonna be dope. I think I remember you mentioned him on your album, to the 2017 one, Take Your Position, right? What
Yeah,
song was that? You said something about him.
no change. Sugar Free told me to get money. I
Yeah.
won't knock no po chop off of your plate if you ain't taking nothing from me.
Yep, there it
That
is.
Yeah, that was a line he said, and why you bullshitting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know that one.
yeah,
Banana.
yeah. That was a line he said. He was like, "I won't knock no pork chop off your plate if you don't knock one off of mine." Just
Okay.
partner, yeah, because the hoe's gonna be a hoe for real. Quit jacking her. Use a snack. She looking for a meal. No, that's yeah, yeah. Sugar Free, he legendary and shit.
Do you got a relationship with him at all?
Nah. I met him a couple times. Said what's
Yeah.
happening. Um, you know what I'm saying? That would be one of my bucket list people to work with. I
Yeah, I
don't
could
do
see
that.
that. I could definitely see a collab with you guys.
Yeah,
That'd
so
be
you
awesome.
never know. Maybe once we do this show, might link some shit up.
Right. Is that so you network with, different artists and stuff and talk to them, about kind of trying to get some work in with them when you go
Yeah,
on?
all the time, man. I just linked up with the homie Compton Menace and shit.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, yeah. The homie Polar Bear hooked me up doing a show with Slink Johnson. I don't know if you know about Slink Johnson.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
not too sure if I
yeah,
do on him.
yeah. He got a show on Comedy Central called Black Jesus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's been around for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now I
So,
know.
so Slink Johnson does this show called Pimps and Kinfolk. So I ended up doing that, linked up with Compton Minister. And we always seen each other, like, doing shows and shit like that. So he was like, man, I always see you on your grind. You're doing this, you're doing that, man. Let's link up. So I got to link up with him, do a song. And shit, I'm about to link back up with him because we got a whole lot more to do.
Yeah, hell yeah. So is it gonna be one of his songs or your song?
Both. Shit.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're
Yeah,
gonna put
both.
both? Yeah, dude, that's gonna be dope as hell. I was gonna get to your projects. I was gonna talk about those. So you do have two albums, right, that are officially out, right?
Yeah.
And they're on Apple Music. Okay, because those are the ones I listen to, and those are the ones I could find on YouTube. I know you have the lyrical cardio ones, but those weren't like sampled or whatever. They
Yeah,
weren't like
that was just mixtape shit. That's
right.
on that piff, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, their cardio, that shit go crazy. I
yeah. It
don't know
does.
why I ain't put that shit on YouTube. I still should, but
Yeah, man. Because I was trying to find it, but I could find some. There was like little. There's maybe like 10 of them I could find, on like a playlist on YouTube, and I was just listening to them, and like, yeah, like that was really good. You just take, any new beat that's kind of popping, at the time. It seems like, like Hands on the Wheel.
yeah,
I Did It, like by G-Eazy, if I say I mean it, and I don't know, there was like other ones and stuff too, but I was like, damn, dude, like you could tell, like that's where that's your practice or whatever, you stay on tip, what I mean? That's what I think you even said that in those songs.
yeah. It was just one of those things, man. Lyrical cardio was like, I had got so caught up in being Bones DJ but I'm still, you know, doing my shit as
Right.
an artist. And I was like, man, let me just get some of this shit out. And it just probably turned into like 20 songs in like a couple weeks. So I was like, fuck it. And you know, that project was fun. I don't want to say that project was like more fun than any project that I had.
Yeah, because I mean, you're just like taking people's beats basically and just like killing it. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
like trying to, obviously outdo it. Just go hard. Because I've seen other artists and stuff do that, and I love when they do that because it's just like a popular beat, so you are automatically already drawn to it. As like a listener, because you already know that beat. But then you're like, oh, who's this? And like they just then like you go in there and you just like kill it. You just keep going in and going in. I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy. But I mean, I like that. I really like that one. I mean, for the ones that I did hear.
I've been thinking about doing another one, but
Yeah, you should, man. Bro,
yeah,
like you said, you got 3 other tapes coming and you're working on, right?
yeah, because you know, it's just, you know, and it's been that time, man. Like, but it's that thing where I'm like, you know, I just gotta put projects out, and I got a lot of shit that I'm just sitting on.
Really?
Yeah, I got shit I'm just sitting on that you hear that shit, you be like, whoa, wait a minute. So, you know, I just want to put that shit out, and you know, I got something coming out like next month. But then when I do this 80s vibe album, I'm gonna be in a whole nother lane. You know,
Yeah.
shit that people don't expect.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm like when you were explaining on the phone, like I've never really heard of like that. It's like different. No one's has, kind of messed with that, touched on that area yet. What I mean? So I think that'll be a really good thing to do, and I think like with your singing, it would be perfect, especially for that era.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, you know, just I just like to try shit, explore shit. I'm not scared of doing no kind of music, man. So,
Right.
you know,
Or, oh, go
so
ahead.
yeah. And I was about to say, so now that I got the homie Wise that the homie Jo hooked me up with, man. I got a production partner, bro. That shit is dope. Like the shit that we do, it's like on a whole nother level. And you know, I can't wait to put all this new shit out.
What is your plan for like releasing? Do you have like certain dates or anything you want to do, or certain like months or next year or all of
No,
them this year?
I want to do 2 this year.
Okay.
I want
Albums or the EP kind of?
with it, the album I want to put out this year. The 80s definitely got to come out in the summer.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The
That'd be
80s,
perfect.
that shit definitely got to come out in the summer, just because it's a vibe, man. And the people that I listen to, like when we doing like the little shows and I'm out in the street or whatever, like the homies, I let them hear and they like, man, this shit is a whole vibe. So,
Right.
you know, that's why I'm like, I can't wait to get to the 80s shit, because it's just a different feel, man. The rap shit is dope, you know, and I'm always love hip hop. Hip hop is hip hop, period. But this 80s inspired album, yes, it's on a whole nother wavelength, bro.
Is it more like singing?
Yeah,
Mm.
all of it, probably except for like 2 songs.
Yeah, I really like your singing, especially, on choruses. Like you do a really great job with that. So that's why I was saying like with the 80s stuff, it'd be perfect.
Appreciate it, man. So, you know, I've always been into the singing shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been a fan of people like Nate Dogg. Um, T Pain became one. System of a Down is a big one in my
Yeah.
in my music life and shit. You know, so I pay attention to all these people. And
When Oh, go ahead.
mhm.
I didn't
No,
want to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, you know, I pay attention to all these people as I grew up, and then once I figured out I got somewhat of a voice, you know, just kind of perfect my craft and shit, and just keep it going.
How was it when you first were doing the singing? Were you kind of like, I don't know, or were you like, yeah, I want to do this?
I've always been like, let me just try it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like I don't think about it. I don't second guess myself. It's just all right. I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah,
And
because once you start thinking, it's just like, ah, fuck, then you're like, ah, maybe not, because then it just fucks with your head.
yeah, nah, man. Sometimes you being a man, studio is so therapeutic, man. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'll get in that bitch and start whistling and humming. And
Yeah,
if I can make the shit sound good, that's what it's gonna be.
right. Do you remember your first song that you sang? too, or did an actual like just like a course or something?
Like song?
Yeah,
No. I done did so much. Like,
you got a lot.
yeah, like bro, I done did so much. I don't even remember the first one where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sing it. There's one, but I end up writing it and singing it, and I let somebody else sing it. It's a song I got called "This Is Home." It'll
Okay.
come out. It's a bunch of unreleased tracks that I never got to put out.
What is your plan for those? Like, how are you gonna go about releasing them?
I don't know. God only knows. It's gonna come out though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of it sounds like a process, especially with like the older music. Like, are you gonna like like re-edit it or something, or like are you just gonna are they perfect it already and you're just gonna drop it, or
nah, I definitely get a mix.
right?
Because when I did it, I was just so into like just making beats and
Hmm.
rapping, and people was like trying to tell me like, nah, you need to learn how to mix.
Yeah,
And I was just I was still in my rap mode at the time. And so it's a lot of songs that I got. I'm like, man, I can mix this right now and I can make this sound better. So, that's what I'm on. Like once I get that shit going, it's a wrap.
right. Yeah, and like the mixing is like a big part of it. I mean, you can do the rapping and the singing and producing the beat, but like trying to mix it, and perfecting it, that's what really polishes it up and makes it a finalized track.
Yeah, and that's the shit that the homie Wise, aka Tiny Tsunami, that's his production name and shit.
Yeah.
He been like really putting me on game on how to make shit sound a certain way.
Hmm.
So that's what we own, man. Like all this shit from here on out, finna be just next level. It's just crazy.
Oh yeah. And when I was gonna bring up too, you're singing, my favorite one that you did, I think, you did a chorus on was The Future. That song was just like crazy, like who
Yeah,
produced that beat as well?
that was me.
Really?
That
I ain't
was me.
never heard nothing like that.
Yeah.
How the
Um,
hell did you come up with that?
real life, I was thinking about Outkast.
Hmm. I guess I can kind of hear that.
Yeah, Outkast was in my head, and that's what the as we change in the ways of the future.
Hmm.
That was me kind of thinking like I'm just crumbling herbs. I'm just like shit like that. Like, they was on their like space age shit for a little minute. So I just kind of wanted to do my thing, but kind of make it West Coast a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was another one. Craig heard it and was like, yeah, I like that. I already had the little poem in the beginning and shit, whatever the fuck I said in the
Yeah.
beginning. And he was like, yeah, I like that. So, he took that and made it what it was.
Damn, dude, that was a really incredible song, because it had, really good meaning to it. And,
Yeah.
on top of that, the singing, the beat was just like, I ain't never heard nothing like that. It's just like futuristic kind of shit, so it was pretty cool.
Thank you, man. And it's a lot of shit that I produced on like Craig and a few that I did with Lazy Bone that, you know, people wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
like
what would they say? What would you say they are? Or that would you be
uh,
your top ones?
my top ones.
Yeah, that people would be like, oh shit, I didn't think he did it.
Um, Life is a lesson to learn. The future, get down, make you want to get high. There's another song. He has a album called Eternal Legend, something like that.
Hmm.
And there's a song that he got called Those Kind of Words.
Damn. So you got a lot with them. Are you? I mean, you do a lot like of their big songs. I mean, damn, dude, that shit's just crazy.
Yeah, Those Kind of Words. That's a dope ass track. Inhale, Exhale is a dope ass track that I did on him. Yeah, it's a few, man. Like I just work. I gotta toss him some more beats and shit. It's been a while.
Yeah. Do you know? So I did an interview with HC the chemist. So you got a pretty good relationship with him because he makes beats, or he was doing beats with them as well, right?
Yeah, that's the homie. He the one
Right.
who produced the song we just did, me, him, and Lazy Bone called All On It.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That's dope. You know, because I tried to look up some songs with you guys. It looked like you guys have a few where you're rapping on them together, but I'm sure you guys probably produced a lot of songs together with them, or
Yeah, yeah. Now we on a few songs, man. You know, Lazy Bone is like a architect. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those that's like when we in the studio, he has fun, but he try to piece everything together the right way. And you know, if he hears somebody, same with me, but if he hears something, he's like, nah, I want to hear you on this. Let's try this, or you know, do it like this. And um, you know, he I can't even remember the other song that we did. It was me, HC, Lazy Bone.
Struggle?
Yeah, Struggle with
Yeah.
Chico, rest in peace. You feel me? So
Damn.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
That's crazy, man. I really like that song, you know, and I wondered when I heard that, I was like, oh, right. Yeah. I was like, damn, I wonder if they had a good relationship, you know. I mean, does he, so he just kind of, he's like with Lazy Bone, right? He signed with him.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, he's completely Harmony House, Smoke Thug.
Oh, okay. And then
Yeah,
you're with the Crazy Bone, right?
the Life Entertainment. Yeah.
Damn. So when did he approach you with that deal?
Um, honestly, it was just one of those things where, like, around the time I started, it was right before I was DJing for him. You know, I was still kind of looking at it like as a fan perspective,
Hmm.
and but I'm you know shooting the beats and shit like that. And I told the nigga I was like, yeah, I'm a fuck around and be part of the Life Entertainment. He was like, nigga, you already are. What are you talking about? So, you know, that's pretty much how it just kind of started right then and there. You
Just
know,
kind of by you mentioning it.
I mean, you know, he really was fucking with me and shit. So
I mean, yeah,
I'm over here thinking I'm trying to prove myself when he like, nah, nigga, you been part of the team, nigga. Like, you didn't know? And I was like, nigga, tell me something, nigga.
yeah.
But yeah, so we've been rocking ever since, man. And
Yeah.
shit been uphill since then, man. And you know, by me DJing for Crazy and Wishbone for a couple years, and you know, they needed a DJ. You know, I want to say 2012. It was like the first Rock the Bells.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, after that it was on.
Damn. That's awesome, man. You know, I did want to talk about your new album though too, Changing Faces. You know, that was a really good one. You
Appreciate
had
it.
I like the first one on there was Alone. You know, that was a really emotional song where you sang, and
Yeah,
it was like maybe like a 2 minute song, you know, and you were just really going through the feelings and stuff. Like you said, it's therapeutic, you know,
yeah.
and I'm sounding like you had to get a lot off your chest. You know, what was kind of going through your mind with that one?
When I originally did it, it was just I don't know, man. Like when I originally did it, it's more of you being around so many people. It's almost like how Crazy did the Alone in the Crowded Room, but it's more on like nobody understands you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants you for what they want you for their benefit. Everybody wants to party with you, but they don't know what the fuck you go through inside and shit like that. And you know, you asking God for a better perspective in life because it's like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, this so that's you know just I'm praying like something needs to change, something got to happen because I feel alone in this shit.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, people don't they see the outside everything that you know you're doing when you're having fun and shit, but they don't see the day to day and what goes into your work and how much work you put in, and you know stress and other outside things that you got going on, you know, in your personal life, you know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah,
you definitely could feel alone at times.
yeah,
And
super. You know, like again, you can be literally in front of like 100 people
mhm.
and you just feel like you just by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like cause me, I could talk about music all day, all night. And, you know, if I talk to music, if I talk about music to somebody and they like, yeah, 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 and they over here talking and whatever, I'm like, okay, well, you're not on my level. So I'm pretty much by myself. You
Yeah.
know? And so it be shit like that, man. I just be in my own little world and shit. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us go through that.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. I know what you mean. And also with the therapeutic stuff, you know, I like That's why I do these interviews and these podcasts and stuff, because I really like talking to people and, just getting to know a person and hearing their story, and escaping from, everything that's going on in my life. It's like I get to tone in for, however much time, and just really talk to a dude and, no phones, no bullshit, just talking, what I mean? It's awesome. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, yeah, and it is a great feeling like shit. You got me. I'm literally at home doing all this shit. I'm over here walking in the middle of the fucking interview and shit,
Yeah.
looking regular as fuck. But a lot of times shit like that do be therapeutic, man. And you just be needing that conversation and shit like that. You feel me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With the next song I really liked on there too was Changing Faces, and that was basically the title of the album. That is the album, or the
Yeah.
title. So what made you pick that song? Crazy Bone was on it. You know, I guess why that one that made it the main song.
I don't know if it was the main song, but it was just one of those that was just like you see all the bullshit
Mm-hmm.
with the music and really just in entertainment period, right?
Yeah.
You see motherfuckers that like don't talk to you, but then when they find out that you might be somebody or you with somebody, then all of a sudden they're your best friends. They want to take pictures and shit like that. And um, just it'd be a lot of fake shit. And you just be like, man, I'm cool. Like some of that should be kind of like irritating you and pissing you off. Like I was here the whole time. You ain't say shit to me. And now all of a sudden, because you see me on stage or you see this and you see that, now all of a sudden, oh man, you that nigga, you there, and like fuck up my face. So that's what the whole change of faces is. It's like I try to
Okay.
be cool with you, I try to be nice and shit like that, and you brush that off until somebody felt like somebody else validated it, or you seen me on stage, or you heard something. Then it's like, oh yeah, Position, that's the homie. It's like, no, we're not.
Yeah, I can see that shit, man. And like you said, that's perfect. That's a perfect name for that fucking song, Changing Faces. Like because they're like, oh, they were like this at one time and now they're like this. No, that's perfect. That's a perfect fucking name for the album too. How did you come up with that then for the name? Is that because you wanted to base that song off of that, make a whole song out of that one
Nah,
song you did, or how did you?
I just kind of freestyled the hook. That was it.
Yeah.
Just being honest with you, it was like when I made the beat, I'm like, man, this beat kind of dope. And I was just fucking with it and playing with it. And then shout out to homegirl Marley Charlena and shit out of motherfucking Rotterdam, Amsterdam and shit.
Damn.
She heard it and she was like, man, I like it. Like, is it cool if I, do some ad-libs? I'm like, hell yeah. And I actually had a third verse to it.
Really?
I actually had a third verse to it, but then I told Kraus like, nah, I want you on this. He was like, all right, got you. So I took my the second verse off.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Wanted to keep it short or not. I mean, the average span for a song is what, like 3 minutes, 3+ a little bit now.
Nah, now it's like 2.5.
Yeah. So you just wanted to keep it short.
Nah, I'm sure. I think that song is about like damn near 4 minutes long. I think.
Well, I mean, if you would have kept that other verse on there.
It would have been the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, it would have been the same. That is like a little piece of a verse that I got right before Crave rap. That was actually my second verse, and I just cut it off.
Okay.
And had him do his shit just on my producer shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Another song I liked on there was So Far. That was a really good one. You sang on that one.
Yeah.
You kind of talked about your early life growing up. You had 8 siblings in the house. I mean, goddamn, that had to been something, because I mean, were they all around the same age as you as well?
Nah, I'm the oldest.
Really? So you was out there taking care of them or what? Helping out?
Yeah, I mean, when we got older,
Right.
helping out. Like when I was 12, we all got taken away from moms because she was, out there partying as a young parent and shit
Right.
like that. So shit caught up with her. We was on the brink of all being like foster homes and shit like that. So my cousin Demeter and Eric was like, nah, we'll take some. My auntie Cheryl was like, we'll take the other half. So yeah, that's, thank God that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, because that
yeah,
could have went crazy. 8 different homes, maybe.
you feel me? So, but just being out of your element, not living the way you want to live is still life changing.
Yeah,
But thank God, when you have family members, it's like, nah, I got you. Like, we ain't finna let that shit happen. So,
that's awesome that they stepped up and did that for you guys.
yeah, stepped up. I mean, still living in that era. I still got into some bullshit, but that's just the life that we was living though.
Right. Yeah, I mean, at least they stepped up and helped out, so you guys didn't all get separated because it could have been a totally different story.
Yeah, nah, a super different story, bro. And I commend moms because she was like, fuck it, like she gonna get her shit back on track.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
good.
yeah. So a couple years later, we was all back together and shit. But
Oh, okay, that's good then. That's
yeah,
really good that you guys all got to end up moving back together and shit.
yeah. But at that time, as a motherfucking young teenager, now I'm in the streets. Now I'm in the shits. So
Right.
it's like, man, I'm out here, man. I'm out here selling dope. I'm out here, selling weed or whatever, fucking with these bitches and shit. You know what I mean?
That's just kind of what happens,
Yeah,
after going through shit like that. I mean, with every kid. I mean, not every situation like that, but I mean, like, they're all kind of drawn to that same shit. They see the money, the cars, the bras, everything. So it kind of draws them, and especially when you're struggling, your family's struggling, and they need money. There's
yeah,
even more reason to do it.
yeah. So, it was just the environment, just growing up in Watts, man. It's just, you get into shit that you see and shit like that. And for a minute, I had the homie Doc in June that was making beats at the time. And I'm just a young nigga. They was already doing their shit. So once Doc showed me how to fuck with his beat machine, I was like, man, this is dope. I fuck with this. And then we ended up moving. So, now I'm kind of back out in the street just doing whatever I want to do. But then I linked back up with June and he showed me how to work the NPC and it was over from there. I never looked back.
Yeah, I know that song was a really good one. It was like I like them emotional ones. Because like there's a lot of heart. There's a lot of feeling in those, and they're just real. I mean, you could tell that with these stories, it's just something real.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, just like I said, man, just being any young dude or female, just growing up in a city like like we grow up, man, should be fucked up.
Yeah.
And you gotta, you either gonna go all the way with it or you gonna figure something out and try to live a better life and shit. So
Yeah. I
thank God I
mean,
have music.
yeah. Let me look what you built.
Fact, it's still building, man. It's
Yeah.
saying nowhere near over with. Like I'm super still building this shit.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, you got 3 projects you're working on. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's good that you're still out here working and doing this thing, and especially with Bone Thugs too. I mean, they're still touring, and I think when I was watching that Long Beach Lloyd interview you guys did,
Yeah,
and he said that maybe like at 150 days out of the year you're touring.
yeah. Pre-pandemic, man, we was on the road like a lot.
That's crazy.
And
But
like literally probably like every weekend we probably doing like 3 days a week a month. And sometimes we'll be doing like 20 dates a month. And it would just keep going and going and going. You have fun and shit like that. But just being on there it's a dope ass experience though and shit. And a blessing.
yeah, I mean, and that's where it gives you the opportunity to continue to be able to perform and do your music as well. And that's cool that they let you do that there. And that they give you a platform to stand on in front of all these people. So then you can get your name out there even more.
Yeah, no, that's all facts. And that's what it's about, man. Like I've always had this passion of performing, being an entertainer. I never knew that my life was going to take me where it's at. I never knew that I was going to be a motherfucking DJ. I never knew I was going to be, to some people considered now a legendary DJ and shit. But my passion is still being an artist and performing and shit. So you know, when I do get out there and I really put my grind in and shit feels good, man. You know,
Yeah.
like I feel like I make music on another level. It just take the rest of the world to catch up.
Yeah, and by you being out there still working and networking and going into the crowd and giving them drinks and shit, it's just like, dude, that's the perfect way to continue to push your name out there. Especially being with them guys. They got a big audience. So you have your own platform to keep pushing your name out. That's what you just got to keep doing.
Facts.
I mean, shit, I found you from them. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's a blessing that fucking with them, it took me to these places. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always be a firm believer. Like if I didn't meet them, I would still be doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking with them, man, I got to do so much shit a lot of people hasn't done in their entire life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking with them dudes, I done been in like 17, 18 different countries.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been able to accumulate a lot of good friends all over the world, like friends I talk to damn near on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Like people in Australia, people in motherfucking New Zealand, Sweden, Canada. Like I talk to these people like on a daily basis.
Damn.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fucking cool. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you never know what opportunities you wouldn't have had if you didn't meet these guys.
facts. No, that's all facts. So that's why, I'm always show them their respect. I'm always give them their props. We always gonna have everybody has their ups and downs, but that's family type shit. And for the most part, man, it's all up. It's all uphill ever since the day I met him and shit.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. Where can the people find you?
Man, you can find me anywhere at Position, Pozition, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat every once in a while, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, everything is at Position. Same thing. I don't change for nothing.
Damn, yeah, you gotta have everything nowadays, dude.
Yeah.
All the social medias, So I mean, that's good. You got the same fucking name for everything.
Yeah, because that's that shit to me. I mean, I don't knock nobody else for doing it, but that shit get annoying having to fucking remember everybody else's
Yeah.
name on. I'm Position on here, but I'm young black boy on this one, and I'm this on that, and it's like, nah, just look for the same shit.
That's the
I
one.
do got the Twitch. I don't ever use that shit, and that one is Position 1.
Oh, changing it up a little bit.
Yeah, that one is Position 1, but other than that, everything is Position.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. I do appreciate you coming on, man, and spending fucking an hour and 15 minutes with me, man. I do really appreciate that.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro. Man, my bad. I'm over here damn near giving you a fucking house tour and shit, doing shit.
No, it's cool. I like the house, man. It looks awesome.
Appreciate it. Now I'm about to, roll me a little blunt and stay out here and start vibing out to this music and shit.
Yeah, man. I can't believe you outside, man. It's fucking only like 20 degrees over here in Nebraska.
Oh no, it's like 85 degrees over here, bro. That's why I'm like, man, let me just come out here and get this breeze.
Fuck, man, I gotta go out there again sometime, man. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, if you want to hang by, I'm gonna hit the recording.
It's all good.
Well, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I appreciate it for you sitting here and listening the full hour. Definitely, I got more videos like this coming, more interviews with other rap artists and stuff. So please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification if you want to get notified when I drop each video. Other than that, thanks again for tuning in.